Hi guys, it's Ray. Today we are doing another Christmas split cup. I am working with a new product. The kind people at HTVRont sent me this Holographic Sparkle vinyl to test out. This is the package it came in. This stuff is fantastic. So I'm going to use it on this cup as part of the wrap for the cup itself. So I have a couple pieces trimmed down. Hopefully this is all to the right size. I don't know. You know, I'm not great with the measurements and things. So I'm going to do this piece, and then I'm going to do the angled pieces again like I did the last time. I was going to do the silver on top and red on the bottom, but I think I'm going to do a water slide with a white cheat background. So I'm going to do actually the silver on the bottom and the red on the top. So I have these cut roughly the same size, and I am just going to lay them both on my paper cutter at the same time and just kind of guess where I want my split to be. Because I'm not going to be a picky perfectionist about this. So I'm just going to cut that, and I'm going to keep the silver piece for the bottom and the red piece for the top in this case. I will keep those pieces for something else. So if the cup were flattened, I would have this. So I did mark my cup, and then I handled it 25 times, so, you know. But I'm going to start with the plaid vinyl. This is a larger check, black plaid, Starcraft permanent from 143. And I'm going to go ahead and get a line of this started. And I'm going to try and get it lined up pretty close to my mark, but not over it, because I want to be able to erase that mark. So I'm just going to get that started, and hopefully that's where it needs to be. I'm going to use my scraper to push it on. I will have coupon codes coming for this product. These are huge rolls. These are 10-foot rolls, which is phenomenal for the price of them. But I believe she is going to be providing me with 10 one-time use codes. I cannot remember exactly what the percentage is off of the top of my head. So you will have to email me if you want one of those codes, and I will provide that to you as soon as she gets them to me. So, if you want one, if you want to try this, if you want this brand, please keep that in mind. I will be putting the links to it on Amazon. There's 3 colors right now. There's the red and the silver, which you're seeing now. And they also sent me the 3rd color they have currently, which is this stunning rose gold. I cannot wait to find something to put this on. So those are the 3 colors they currently have. So this does come, and it's kind of nice. It comes with a protective sheet on the top. So it's actually a 3-layer design. That way your vinyl doesn't get scratched all up. And I actually really appreciate that, because I have had vinyls that have gotten scratched, and it's incredibly frustrating, especially if it's an expensive specialty brand. So, make sure this is my top. I'm going to line this piece up next. And my goal for this cup and what I picked is to have basically the entire cup finished before it even sees a coat of epoxy. I'm talking all the way down to the decal. Look at how beautiful that color is. Wow. This is like the perfect Christmas color. And let's hope I am somewhat lined up. Slightly overlapped, perfectly fine, because I'm going to pinstripe anyways, so no problem there. Cutting it that way actually worked really well. If I want, I can come back and trim that up, but I'm not even sure that I would worry about it. So on the silver, I'm going to do the same thing. Try and get that protective liner off the top first. If you're cutting this on your machine, there are directions on the machine for cutting, for both Cricut and Silhouette. So you may still need to play with it depending on your machine, but they do provide the basics or a place to start at any rate. So I'm going to get this lined up on the edge, and hopefully I did good enough to follow that curve pretty well. Nice. Cutting that side by side worked like a dream. So that is that. There are almost no bubbles in this whatsoever. It went on like flawless. And I don't often say that with my work. So I'm trying to decide if I want to trim this last little bit off. I can kind of see the line where it is. So I think I'm going to line up and trim that down if I can hold it still enough with my blade. Again, pinstriping, so it'll get covered. My finger's in the way. And let's see if I can get that peeled off the top. I stabbed myself a little bit there, didn't I? Not bad. Not bad at all. So, pinstriping. I thought this was going to get canceled. I thought I was going to be begging for a refund. But, ta-da, it showed up. So, I think since this is a Christmas cup, this is a box of nail tape I got from Amazon. There's 3 sizes in here. I'm going to work with the largest size. Nail tape and I usually don't get along very well, so we'll see how this goes. Usually I find it rips and tears and makes me want to tear my hair out. I mean, that little piece of starter tape clearly worked phenomenally well. So, alright. Let's see if we can make this happen or not. See, that's what happens with nail tape. That always happens to me. And I don't even think that piece is long enough to cover my curve. So let's see if I can get it restarted. Does anybody have any tips or tricks for using nail tape? Anybody? Anybody? other than probably work much slower than I was trying to. So I think I'm gonna stick it to the cup. See how that just rips? Why does it do that? I mean, does it get better as you get lower in the roll? Like here, let's find out. I don't like that that peeled the topping off of that, but eventually we're going to go over it with something. And if I can't make this work, I'm just going to grab a piece of green vinyl and do my standard stripes. Okay, I got one. Yeah, we got one, all right. All right. There's my pesky scissors. I need my smaller scissors, and they're in the other room. So I'm not gonna make you watch every bit of this, because how fun is that? But I'm just gonna take my blade and trim my ends for now. So there we go. I've only got like 4 more pieces to go. No problem, right? Slow down. Maybe I just needed to get it going. Alright. So a piece on my finger. I see a little piece of that silver down here. I want to trim out of there if I can. There. So I'm going to try and do my curved bit. Oh, I lost my end. I'm sorry. Get my end back. Alright. So I'm just going to follow my line. And there we go. I'm gonna keep my finger on it that time. And I am just going to start in one spot and try and trace the top. I'm going to try and line it up with the top of the cup, maybe not necessarily the vinyl, but it's still going to have that little bit of a white lip. Halfway, halfway, and there we go. So I'm just gonna snip that little bit off and do the bottom stripe the same. There. I'm so excited I actually got nail tape to work. That was a rough start, but we got there. I'm just going to leave the bottom of this cup solid white, because it's kind of busy and there's a lot going on anyways. So, my intent was to just leave it white. Alright. So, I'm gonna trim that up. Trim this up. Right even on the line. And that one I cut even, so I'm good there. And this one I will trim on the line. Beautiful. This is going to be kind of a quicker style cup is what I'm going for. It's something that you could perhaps make a little quicker, make more of for shows and things of that nature. So I'm going to actually spray seal this with Rust-Oleum semi-gloss. I don't want to kill the sparkle of the cup using a matte. I do have one little tiny bubble there. I'm going to go ahead and pop. But I want to make sure my tape is going to hold down. So, mostly that's why I'm going to spray it. And I'm going to get my Waterslide printed and sealed for my Waterslide. I'm going to do that hack where I spray seal it twice and then I paint white spray paint, seal it one more time. I'm going to print my image in reverse if there's text, and then it'll give it a white background to go on here. And then I'm going to hand cut around. So I will be back when I'm ready for that step. Okay, so this is sealed, and I'm not sure how this Waterslide is going to work out. It cracked a little bit, but I'm going to get it wet. I'm going to get my cup a little bit wet. It's getting to be winter time in New York here. Today is beautiful, but the last couple days and when I sealed this, it's been nothing but rain and just horrible. So, and I'm realizing now that I cut this at the wrong angle, so that's fun. But I'm just going to roll with it, and it's going to overlap where it overlaps, and so be it. Because I cut it looking at the wrong side. So I'm going to place it actually so my angle lines up. And that is too far over. So let's see if I can lift that whole thing and try again. Because I do want it semi-lined up evenly between the lines. And then if it overlaps a little bit, it'll be okay. So I'm actually going to grab a little tape measure and see if I am somewhat close. Okay, that's about an inch off either side, so that'll work fine. I got a little bit of cracking that will show through, but it's not as bad as I thought it might be, so I am happy about that. And this image came from Creative Fabrica. I'm just going to get it on here nice and neat. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fitting with the cup, having a little bit of plaid and the colors. So what I'm going to do is let this dry, and then I'm going to come in with the next size down tape, and I'm going to tape off around this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and let it dry in place. And once it's dry, I'm going to get it pinstriped. I'm going to do that exactly the same as this. And then I'll be ready to get it under epoxy. So I'm going to come back when it's ready for the epoxy. Okay, time to get a coat of resin on this. I'll get my turner turning. I am going to add a little bit of my Mistress cheat to give this a little bit of sparkle and to give the Waterslide a little bit of sparkle, but I'm not going to use a ton. I'm just barely going to coat the top of the cup and then mix that in. Just for a tiny bit. Because the vinyl is a rainbow holographic sparkle, I went with this that has the full spectrum in it for this one. And I'm just gonna immediately wipe off my mixing stick. So let's get to it. Hopefully none of this tape lifts or anything. I'm gonna try and be gentle. You know, first time using this batch of nail tape, so we'll see. Plus I'm using the little bit of a cheat to give the bottom a little something something. I've had this question a couple times recently. Cheat glitters are a glitter that are designed to they're usually an opal, but they are designed to enhance what you put them over, not to completely cover something. I'm probably not doing a very good job of describing that. Cheat is actually, I'm going to show you one of these. It's actually a registered trademark of the It's Pretty Personal brand. You'll find similar glitters from other suppliers, but they're going to have different names. I like theirs. They have a wide range of them. So that's what I've been using for my glitters, for my enhancers, for my cheats. It's the It's Pretty Personal line. I have quite a few of them at this point. I still have some I haven't tried yet. So, but this Mistress just happens to be one of my favorites because it works over like absolutely everything. Some of the cheats are right in the name, what they're going to work best over. Like this one is Touch of Rose. This is going to work best over like a gold or a rose gold. The Mistress, you can see on the label, has the entire spectrum. It's going to work over any color. Touch of Violet would work over purples best. But the labels also indicate, like I just showed, what colors they're going to be best over or best to enhance. So, like I said, this one goes with the full spectrum, as you could see from the label. So I went with this one since this is a rainbow holographic. I figured the rainbow sparkle throughout the rest of the cup would be perfect. So there you go. I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. This will probably get one more coat, but it's just going to be a clear coat, so it's not going to be anything fancy. But I'm going to go ahead and torch it once. When you're torching a cup, it's best to just move fast and to pick like one starting point and just go over it once and then stop. And then if you need to go back over it, do the same thing. But that's once over. So I'm going to bring you down for a close-up and you can see it. See that rainbow sparkle? That's from that cheat glitter. You can still clearly see the image. It just gives it a little bit of an enhancement. And there is that beautiful HTVRont glitter. Holographic sparkle paper, not glitter paper. But I'm going to come back up so you can see the whole thing. And there's that beautiful decal. I got that image from Creative Fabrica. I will link that down in the comments or in the description as well. So please be sure to check the descriptions for where everything came from. But a little flaw, but I actually kind of like the fact that I ended up with the image the opposite direction of the original stripe. So happy accident that was, I suppose. Thanks for watching.